From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, August 15th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.82 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,339 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $574. Antiwar.com reports heavy fighting was reported across northern Syria's Aleppo over the weekend as Nusra Front attempted to double down on last week's gains, attacking a pair of government districts in the western half of the city. The main fighting on Sunday centered around a cement factory in the city's southwest. The Nusra offensives began with car bombings, attempting to soften up the defensive positions around the key Jamaat al-Zahra district, which includes the army base as well as a substantial residential district. There was no confirmation of the casualty figures for fighters on either side. As usual, however, it's the civilian bystanders taking the brunt of the casualties over the course of the weekend, with over 180 civilians having been killed, overwhelmingly within Aleppo, where Nusra shelled government districts and the military airstrikes pounded Nusra-held districts. In addition to those killed in Aleppo, another 20 civilians were reported killed in Idlib province as the military pounded Nusra-held areas there as part of a campaign to try to prevent Nusra from getting more reinforcements to Aleppo. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports the federal state of emergency in Flint, Michigan expired on Sunday, but city officials are assuring residents free bottled water is still available. Most of the 100,000 people in the city north of Detroit have been avoiding tap water because of the lead water crisis. Captain Chris Kalinsky, Deputy State Director of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, said in a statement, August 14th is just a date on the calendar, and Governor Rick Snyder has said we will make decisions based on science, not arbitrary dates. President Obama issued an emergency declaration in January, paying 75% of the cost of the bottled water, filters, and cartridges. Michigan Radio reported now the state will pick up the entire bill, which is about $3.5 million per month. Since January 9th, more than 2.2 million cases of bottled water, more than 130,000 water filters, more than 287,000 replacement cartridges, and more than 52,000 at-home water testing kits have been distributed to Flint Water System customers, according to the press release. Kalinsky said in a statement, until the water meets quality standards, we will provide water supplies to Flint Water System customers at the water resource site. State officials said Flint residents will not notice any loss of water emergency services as the state takes on the additional cost, according to the release. Researchers said testing of more than 170 homes showed lead levels declined by as much as 60% below previous tests. For nearly 40 years, Robertson Roberts brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards said on Sunday emergency crews have rescued more than 7,000 people stranded by historic flooding that has killed at least 3 and submerged whole communities as parts of the U.S. Gulf Coast brace for more rain and rising waters. Edwards, who has called for federal emergency relief funds, said residents have been pulled out of flooded homes, swamped cars, and threatened medical facilities in cities and towns across the southeastern part of the state. While the brunt of the storm that brought torrential rains and flooding to the area was moving west towards Texas on Sunday, Louisiana residents should remain cautious, the governor said at a news conference. Edwards said even with the sunshine out today intermittently, the waters are going to continue to rise in many areas, so this is no time to let your guard down. Some 5,000 people were forced to sleep in shelters overnight. There were not enough beds to house all of those. Many had to sleep on floors. Emergency officials said they were still working on strategies to rescue an undetermined number of people trapped by the waters. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.